Okay, we are recording. So welcome everyone. Let me pin my video here. Okay, welcome everyone. I am so beyond excited for this incredible opportunity that we all have tonight. I am so grateful to my dear friend Michelle Thomas, who is an absolutely amazing homeschooling mama of 3, self-proclaimed introvert that has made it to the top with this company, and she is just consistently so successful and amazing. She's very much into self-development. She is just phenomenal. She is the host, along with her husband. They're the very well-known power couple, Tim and Michelle Thomas. I'm sure you all know them. They host Rock the Pink Live every Monday. And if you aren't following those, you absolutely need to check them out because they are so inspiring. So without much further ado, I want to give as much time as possible to Michelle and be respectful of your time as well, everyone here. So we're going to keep this to 30 minutes. I would like to give Michelle at least 20 minutes to share her message and her training with us, and then we will open it up for at least 5 minutes of Q&A at the end, okay? I do ask that you save your questions until then because it's a good chance they'll get answered as she trains. But what this is all about is Michelle and her team they had the great privilege of being the test group for this new simple sharing system that Plexus has just recently introduced to us at Super Saturday. And so she has had the great privilege of working with Genevieve from the very beginning with this, and the results that her and her team are experiencing with it as they go are just so inspiring. And I wanted you guys to hear it straight from her, how they are best utilizing it and finding that they're spending less time and having more success, which is something that we all would love, I'm sure. So without further ado, I hope I didn't forget anything. I'm going to turn it over to the one and only Michelle Thomas. Thank you so much for being here with us, Michelle. I think I'm trying, oh, there, you're unmuted.
I'm good. Hey, well, that was like a really nice intro. So thank you so much for that. I was getting more and more nervous as you were talking. So I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. So lots of pressure. I don't work good under pressure. I'm just joking. I'm good. Whitney, you're awesome. And honestly, I find it a privilege and honor, and I don't take it lightly anytime that anybody asks me to be on their team page or their team call, because I know how much we protect our teams and our culture, and we want only to give people the best of the best. And honestly, what Plexus gave us at Super Saturday, I left Super Saturday having in December, actually at the end of November, beginning of December, I was asked to pilot the new system that was going to be launching at Super Saturday. So me and several of my team members started utilizing the system in December before Super Saturday. And so when I got to Super Saturday and I saw, I think everybody can you guys see me now? I'm like front and center now. Okay. So when we were, when I was asked to do this pilot system in December, I of course was excited because, obviously I want to move my business forward, and I'm going to share a little bit on where I'm at in my business just to give you guys a little bit more on that. But so we were going to pilot this system, and then when Super Saturday was launched, and I felt like the training was just it just gave us just a little bit of information. I felt like I don't know that people understand what we've truly just launched. Like, I don't know if people understand how amazing it is, because even though all of the steps of the system are simple, and most everybody's like, well, what's really so special about it? Because it's kind of all things we've all been doing. But the way that Genevieve explained it to our group back in December, that helped people really like really buy into this was that there is a recipe for success. And we're all looking for it, right? We're all looking for the recipe for success. That's why we get on these calls and we're like, tell us how to do it. Tell us what you're doing. I just did a call with someone earlier and I'm like, give me all your tips or give me all your tricks. Like we all want the recipe for success. And what Genevieve said is that the system is your recipe for success. And she said, every recipe has, if you think about it, every recipe has ingredients, every recipe has an order, every recipe has amounts. And if you don't follow all of that, you can really mess up a recipe. And so, the idea of the system is that it gives us an amount, which is the 5 to 10 messages every day. That's the amount. It gives us the order. You don't want to invite someone to somebody if they're not even open to watching a video. So there's an order. A lot of people went to this where we were just inviting people to all these things and we didn't even know if they were even open to discovering Plexus. And so there's an order to what we do, which is send, share, and then invite. And so there's an order to the recipe. And then there's the ingredients. And the ingredients are the third-party tools, the videos, the opportunity meetings that we're doing on Monday night, the corporate doing right now. There is the ingredients. And so there's the messages, that's part of the ingredients. And so whenever she shared kind of that whole recipe to success, I felt like, wow, I feel like sometimes people would ask me, I've been in Plexus for 6 years now. Okay. People would ask me they joined my team and every person I was just like, just share, just share everything. And hopefully you catch a few people. And it's like, I never had anything like what we have been given here. I never had it. I promised you it may be simple, but I feel like ever since I started doing this at the end of November, beginning of December, I am looking prospects in their face and I am saying, I have the tools to help you get success. I can tell you exactly what to do, exactly how to do it to get success. I've never felt that empowered. I went to the top of the company and never felt that empowered. I would just be I am the most organized chaos that there is. I would just be, I want to share this one thing. So right before I got on this call, this is just the testimonies I'm getting from the group. And then I'm going to tell you more of my personal experience with it just to help you really buy into this. Because most everybody is at different levels with this whole system. You hear it and you have a reaction to it. So the reaction is generally I'm either excited or I'm, hesitant or, whatever. And then there's actually the learning of it and the understanding, which I'm sure Whitney's taught you guys, or you guys have plugged in or watched the videos, Super Saturday, you've learned it. And then it's application, you're literally going to apply this to my business. And then the last step of it is business results. So in December, when we launched this with my group of people, we reacted to it. We had to learn it, which it was a learning curve. And then we had to apply it to our daily activity. And just now we're seeing the business results. You don't see business results of a complete change of the way you're doing something instantly. Now we start to see the buds, we started to see the little bit of spring of life. We started to get the motivation. We started to see more and more people feel empowered. We started to feel I don't like messing up recipes either. You don't get the same result, but that's why it's amazing, because you don't have to mess anything up. We have scripts, we have videos, we have everything laid out for you. We even have the opportunity events on Monday nights that you don't even have to worry about messing up an event. Okay. So they even have the tools of all that. So anyways, the stair step of actually how to, let me turn this off. The stair step of actually how to get from the reacting to the system to the business results, there's 4 steps in there. And so I want to challenge you to learn it and get it in your soul. I had to actually embrace this, because a lot of people, the hardest part about the system for my people, based on when we were in December, the hardest part of the system for my people to buy into was not reinventing all kinds of activities constantly, not doing almost fluffy, like, or IPA challenges, like, not complicating it. That was the first thing that was really difficult for them to do. The second thing that was really difficult for them to do was not spew out their story constantly. And people kept saying, oh my gosh, we've been just taught to share our story. And I'm like, we're still sharing stories. It just doesn't have to be, these are third-party validation. This is third-party tools. The reason why is because it's more effective. It's more effective. I mean, there's a place for you to share your stories, but you'll share your stories more in three-way chats. You'll be validating people in your downline to help them get more people on board. And so many people, and also taking away the idea that I have to have my story to share actually helps more people get started quicker, because they don't have to have a story before they can actually start sharing. And so ever since we have launched this, I gave my team this analogy the other day, because I feel like ever since we've had this system in place, I've been working less, but getting more results and actually being effective. And I'm like, wow, this is actually, like, this is amazing. And I was doing a coaching call with a mom that had like 7 kids. Okay. So she is just busy. Okay. Anybody else have 7 kids? You know, I don't have 7 kids, so I don't know how busy that is. I know I'm busy and I only have 3. So she has 7, and she wants to be successful in Plexus. And I go, this is how the system works. And I'm going to challenge you guys. This is how the system works. Do you know, like, you're a mom, you have a lot of kids, or you have some kids or whatever. Let's just pretend everybody's a mom. Okay. Everybody's a mom. You have kids, and some days you're amazing, right? Some days you're organizing closets, and and everybody is matching and looks real pretty, and you did everybody's hair. And some days you're amazing. And some days you are just keeping them alive. Okay. Basically, you're just keeping them alive. Some days, all you know how to do is feed them. Okay. That's just some days. That's all that gets done. You don't even get ready. You don't get showered. Laundry doesn't get done. The house is trash, but they have to eat. So, you know, at the end of the day, you're feeding your family, and you can go to bed at night and be like, okay, I fed my family. Hallelujah. You know, we're still alive. The God's mercies are new every morning. That's how the system is for you guys. Do you guys want to know how to keep your business alive? Okay, there is a ton of stuff we can do in network marketing. We can produce beautiful videos. We can create sets like this. You know, like, we can do things. Tim actually made our new sign for Impact People for this year. We can do so much. We can do coaching calls. We can do strategy sessions. We can do amazing things in network marketing. But this is the part of the system. There's one thing that you have to do every day in order to keep your business alive, and that is your 5 to 10 people that you reach out to every day. So I don't care. This is what I've been telling everybody, and this is why it's just like, a sigh of relief. I don't have to be the perfect network marketer, but I can reach out to 5 to 10 people in about 20 to 30 minutes, and I am keeping my business alive. I promise you, if you have that mentality, 15 to 30 minutes, and you reach out to 5 to 30 people, or 5 to 10 people a day, you will be thriving. Like, you literally will be thriving. And it's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so excited. Like, if I don't even feel like doing anything, if I feel like it's just been a rough day and I suck as a leader, I suck as a person, I'm, you know, whatever, I'm so busy, I can reach out to my 5 to 10 people, and I'm moving my business forward. I know that this works. So just to give you a little bit about where I was, 2018 was probably like my hardest year in business. I'm just being honest. It was a little bit of just a rough year. My son started his senior year at the end of last year. We had moved to Nashville the year before. It was just one of those seasons of life where I just was struggling. I'm always connected to my team. I would always say I'm consistent and being there and available. And I consistently would recruit 1-2 people a month. I would say last year I definitely brought in about 15 level 1s, okay, as a whole year. Nothing to write home about, okay? But it was at least consistent, but it wasn't amazing. So I started in December, and I have huge goals for myself. Okay, so I have huge goals for myself. Doing that amount of activity in a whole year isn't going to get me to where I really want to go. I mean, my husband and I are not stopping until we're double diamond, double diamond. Why stop whenever you can max out on a compensation plan? This compensation plan isn't maxed out until you're double diamond, double diamond. Okay, and you can keep going, but I'm just saying. So I have huge goals for myself, but at the end of last year when we piloted the system, I challenged myself, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do 5 to 10 every day. I'm just gonna do it. So in January, so the first month of actually experiencing the business results, I recruited 3 new level 1 ambassadors and 4 new customers. I had not had those that amount of personal results in at least a year. Okay. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I've never been, some people are master recruiters. I've never been a master recruiter. Like I'm just not. I've been really good at team duplication, tap rooting, working through people. But, like that personal, just keep the activity going. But see, that's why I say feed your family every day. Okay. Remember that, feed your family every day, because you have to, if you ever get to the point where you feel stuck, you feel like, your business isn't growing, it always goes back to your personal activity. It always goes back to the amount of people you're bringing in, the new people you're getting to silver. It always goes back to that. And so when I say 2018 was a rough year, and then all of a sudden I feel like I'm like, this is the best thing we have literally been handed in Plexus. I mean, even more than Metaburn. I mean, Metaburn's amazing, but I'm just saying, like, we already had amazing products. We already had amazing compensation plan. But if you want to make sure that your business stays alive every day, like, you have to feed your kids every day, right? Minimum. I don't care how bad of a parent you are, you feed your family. Period. Okay? Whether it's just throwing them some Cheerios, I don't even know. I'm not judging. I'm just saying you feed your family every day in your business. If you want to know how to keep it alive, you literally send 5 to 10 messages, period. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple scenarios. We're like at 17 minutes, so I just want to make sure that we have some Q&A time. Let's see. Okay, so I have, I think that sometimes in a lot, what we've kind of been coached to, and, through the years, we're always looking for the person that could just bring in a ton of people. You guys, network marketing was never meant for one people to do the work, all the work. This was the whole idea of network marketing is that a lot of people can do a little bit of work and we have a huge thriving business. And I feel like what we've been handed here is tools so that a lot of people can do a little bit of work. And we're going to see an exponential amount of growth and momentum if we really stick to this plan. I feel like, okay, so I'm going to go over 2 things. I'm going to go over 7-day challenges and my thoughts about kind of my direction of my team, just to give you guys some thoughts about it. And I'm also going to give you guys idea of the empowerment that I feel on coaching. So I kind of alluded to this already, but before the system, people would join my team and I would just be like, just start sharing on Facebook, or just start sharing, share on Facebook. Let's contact, the 3 of your closest people that you have influence over. But I didn't have specifics and I didn't have necessarily direction. And I feel like ever since I've been handed this, I have more confidence and I have more direction. I can tell somebody if they're like, I'm really struggling with whatever, I don't know how to get started, or I don't know how to get restarted. I can literally start at the beginning. I can say, okay, show me your list. Okay, if they don't have a list, that's where we start. If they already have a list, I'll say, okay, now it's the amount of people. Now you need to reach out to this many people. And then it's like, okay, if they're reaching out to this many people, then it's like, okay, well, let's go to scripts. Let's go to what you're sending them. Are you sending them videos? And, and then we'll go to share, and then we go to invite. I feel like I'm more confident to actually help somebody walk through the system now that I've had the tools. So it's just, I feel like super empowered with that. The last thing I'm going to talk about, or just kind of share, I had shared this with Whitney, and when I was challenged by Genevieve to do this, now Genevieve has not been in Plexus for a long time. She was only in Plexus like 8 weeks when she was challenged to create a system for us. So her level of experience in Plexus was very short, but she has built a successful network marketing business. And she also has, I mean, she is literally incredible. I mean, like, I'm not joking. When she was training us and talking to us, it was like light bulb moment, amazing, boom, like mentality shift, everything. And she kept telling me, she's like, I don't know why so many people are doing these 7-day challenges. Like, I don't know why so many people are doing, and I was like, I mean, we've all last year, every month, 7-day challenge, and you'd have a ton of people in it. And, you know, we'd have some signups from it. It's not like they weren't effective, but she goes, I feel like it's just a really slow way of recruiting. And I thought about it. So, and I'm not against 7-day challenges. I am actually for whatever works for you, you know, and that's what she would say too. So like, I'm for whatever works for you, but I'm going to tell you like what I took away from it. And she said, and it brought me back to when I first got started in Plexus. I went all the way to Diamond, having never done 7-day challenges, never did anything like that. I was one-on-one, help get them started. Let's go talk to 3 people. Like, it was a lot quicker of a pace. Like you can't, like, what happens when we were doing, and so Genevieve really helped, like, she kind of knocked me kind of off this platform that I had felt like I had worked. It's like, she's like, okay, so you are doing a 7-day challenge. So you tell your team you're doing a 7-day challenge in 2 weeks. So they all just do nothing but invite people for 2 whole weeks to the 7-day challenge, when they could have been already getting videos in their hand, already, you know, inviting them onto the opportunity calls. And she was just like, you know, it just seems like a slow thing. And then you get all of this potential in the 7-day challenge group. And then it's like every day they're just drinking the pink drink. And it's kind of, I mean, the pink drink it's mild. Some people see results right away. Some people don't. Some people need more information. So I kind of like took a step back on the challenges. I kind of felt like, okay, I told my team, I said, this is really what I want. I want us to focus on what Plexus has launched, and let's get it down to a science. Like, I mean, I'm talking like, let's do the system, let's buy into it. And the invitation part of it, so the inviting part, what I encourage people to do is invite people onto the Monday night call. Now through the week, I'm also asking them, hey, utilize samples for yourself, but send like a 1-day sample, send a 2-day sample, just so people can experience it. The whole idea of sampling is just for them to taste test it. You know that their life's not going to change mostly in 7 days. And I think sometimes it can waste the potential whenever you're asking someone to just take Plexus for 7 days. And if they don't experience something amazing, then maybe they don't join, when it could have been something like where you showed them a video and they were like, they bought into the whole idea of the success in Plexus. And then they're like, I want this. And then they go in with a mentality of going for 60 or 90 days. Like, I just feel like so anyways, that's oh my gosh, my dog is like wanting out of our room and he's like scratching. But anyways, I just am taking a different approach right now. I want people to really buy into our Monday night calls with corporate, and I'm trying to get people to plug people in there. And oh my gosh, hopefully someone hears them. And so anyways, I don't know if you all like want to ask questions, but that's kind of, Whitney, did you want me to add anything else to it?
Oh my gosh, I know probably everyone's feeling like I am right now, like just so much excitement and energy, and just like hearing your experience with this and how, you know, I know we talked quite a bit before, and you shared with me how the first month with your team, it was kind of like planting the seeds. And then the second month with it, you're really starting to reap the harvest. And so it's definitely a consistency thing. And I love how you use that analogy of just feed your family every day. Guys,
yeah.
5 messages a day with this system literally takes you 15 minutes.
Yep.
Literally 15 minutes of your time to feed your family every day. That's going to keep your business like healthy. If you want it to grow, I would recommend more than 5 a day.
Yeah.
But I love that that's so doable for everyone. And then I love the analogy of the recipe, because it makes so much sense. Like, we've had little bits and pieces of things that work here and there, but if you're not doing them in the right order, it's not going to be a successful recipe in the end. And so it's just, it all makes so much sense. I love everything you've said. And I love the fact that you're a firm believer, because, I mean, if you don't mind sharing with them what you shared with me, your team was asking to do a challenge because that's what they were used to. And that's what, like, we tend to revert back to what we're comfortable with and what we know. And you actually said, no, like, we're going all in. This is all you need. We're not doing a challenge. And what happened?
Well, I just want to see, I mean, I literally have a girl that won senior gold last month, and she said, like, it's the system, like, it got her unstuck. And I don't think that a 7-day challenge would have added anything to it. I think it slows down. It could slow down momentum. I would rather use that inviting aspect to it to do, even if you feel like, because I kind of feel like even Monday night calls could slow down momentum. If somebody is ready to be invited to something, do an opportunity call on the spot, do a Zoom, get 2 people on, get products, you do it. Go meet someone for breakfast, do a 3-way chat, utilize speed. Success loves speed. And some of these things, if it doesn't tie into that success loving speed, then shelf it for a little bit. You know, like, if you really want to go fast, then everything you do needs to be fast. If you want to do a challenge, like you're really dead set on doing a challenge, do a 1-day challenge. You know, do it where everybody gets 1 stick of Slim and then they find out about Plexus all day long. Okay, that's speed. That's 1 day. I mean, so do things that are going to match your goals, not slow it down. And that was like my biggest, like, probably slap in the face with Genevieve, where she was just like, you guys are slowing your speed down. Like, you guys are really wasting potential and all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, yeah, we are, you know, and it really helped me to see that. And one last thing too, I had a girl, she recruited 10 ambassadors last month. And I went to her and I said, okay, I said, how did you recruit? Because I thought she's been using the system, but she's just a real master recruiter. So I went to her and I said, listen, how did you recruit those 10 people? And she's like, everybody's just coming to me. And I said, have you started have you started working the system? And she said, no. And I said, well, how do you plan on duplicating? And she said, and that's where the struggle is. And I said, that's because what you're going to find is that you might be, see, that's people dependent. Okay, you might be a master recruiter, but you can't turn this around and say, just post and all these people will come out of the woodworks, because that doesn't happen for everyone. Actually, it's very rare that happens to. And so if you're a master recruiter and you're just like, I don't need this system, I'm really good at what I already do, that's actually a huge red flag, and you'll actually be really, really stuck, because this was never meant for you to recruit yourself to the top of the company. It's never meant for that. It's always
not
meant
possible.
Yeah, it's always meant for it to be me plus 3. So what we're doing is the Thursday nights, we are doing a me plus 3 training in our group. So we're teaching the Fast Start program and the me plus 3. And then Sunday nights, we're having a success call. So that's how we're continuing to, like, delve into this.
Love that. Oh my goodness, so helpful. Okay, so does anyone have any questions specifically? I know, I don't know if you can read all the comments, Michelle, but people are so, like, there's so much hope in this message.
Yeah.
I think so many of us, like, we believe in these products, we believe in this opportunity, but now we have an actual system that is right for everyone, from the newest brand new ambassador to the person at the top of the company. Like, this is something that works for everyone. It's so simple. We're getting better results with less time spent, and it's what we've all been praying for. And to hear your testimonial of it is just like, we've all just got goosebumps right now. So love that. Okay, so I don't know if we want to open it up to questions. What if we did this just for the sake of time? Angela, I did invite Angela Harry onto the call, who's another Jewel ambassador, and she's got a few team members on here as well. Why don't we just streamline any questions? When I post the recording on my team page, you guys can tag me with any specific questions. And if I need to get them to Michelle, then I can. If I can answer them for you, I can. And then same to Angela. You just streamline questions from your team. Will that work? Because I feel like there's really, I mean,
I wanted to answer. I was thinking about answering like that one question of the 5 to 10 messages, just because people ask us a lot. And this was like, all the 5 to 10 messages Plexus related, or some just building relationships? If it is a potential and I am actually being strategic about building that relationship, I am counting that as one of my 10. So just so you know, it also, if I post something and someone messages me about it and we're communicating, because it's still part of the system, I count them as one. And I've been using a notebook, and I keep the day of the week or the dates, and then I put who I'm contacting on that date, just so that, I mean, this is awesome. And I don't know if you guys have been using this, or it's in your back office, because it also gives you like the little check boxes to share if you do that. But whatever you use, it's all about having the leads and having it somehow organized for you to see who you've contacted, who you need to follow up on. But your 10 people is either new reach outs, connections, or follow-ups, but it's all about prospects. They all need to be prospects. And I always teach, and Whitney would have something, whatever you guys teach, but I always have like a Friday follow-up where I follow up with existing ambassadors, existing customers, and that's more of my follow-up day. But every day is all reach outs to potential new people.
Can I share something real quick that I started with those? I opened it up to anyone on my team, and I still will, but I actually started a messenger thread called the 5 Sends a Day Champions. And we each commit to 5 Plexus sends a day minimum, Monday through Friday. And our standard is that each of those 5 sends either has to be a new reach out about Plexus with using the simple sharing system, or a follow-up on simple sharing. If we want to do relationship building on top of that, that's great, but we're committed to at least 5 a day of those. Yeah. And then we just check in. We like hold each other accountable, cheer each other on. It's beautiful. It's simple. It's almost like clocking in and out every day. It's just so we can hold ourselves accountable, and it is incredible. So, if you want to participate in that, when I post the recording, tag me if you're on my page, Angela. I don't know if you're doing something similar. But that we found to be really helpful. Also, let me just throw this in. I know we're out of time, but something really helpful it is to have your list pre-made and have a huge one ready to go. Like, I know we promoted a training a while back that taught us how to print out our whole Facebook list, all of our Facebook friends. Have it all there and organized into like a spreadsheet. And so that makes it a lot easier to just go through one, check, just go down the list. There's a new app coming out. I know I've been putting some teasers out about this, and I don't know who all knows on here, but I've been a tester on this app as well as some of the others here in this group. And I'll tell you that it's making this whole simple sharing thing even more streamlined and more simple. It automatically gives you 5 new names a day. You just go through and send them out, copy, paste. It's so fast and fabulous. So that's to come soon, something to be really excited about. And I guess that's it. So let's let Michelle go with a huge, huge thank you. I hope you know, Michelle, that you have made a huge difference tonight, and that you've breathed hope and excitement into us. And we are so grateful for your time.
You are so welcome. And as somebody did ask if I do a new ambassador training, well, one of the things that Genevieve, just one last thing that she really taught us to do, is that your Me+3 training is literally new ambassador training.
Yes, that's all they need.
And you start training your prospect when they're being prospected, because then when they join you, it's literally what they just went through. You know what I mean? Because you just prospected them through the system, and then you start training them at that point. And then when they get in, it actually all just rolls and makes sense. And so anyways, and that Me+3 training deck is in the back office as well. So your virtual office. Plexus actually gave us tools, and it's amazing. So it's like a big, big win. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Whitney.
Huge win. Thank you. Love you, girl. Have a good one.
Bye.
Tell Tim we said hello.
I will. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.